Chapter 2, Biological Classification. Kingdom Monera, Kingdom Protista, Kingdom Fungi, Kingdom Plantae, Kingdom Animalia, viruses, viroids, and lichen. Since the dawn of civilization, there have been many attempts to classify living organisms. It was done strictly not using criteria that were scientific but born out of a need to use organisms for our own use, for food, shelter, and clothing. Aristotle was the earliest to attempt a more scientific basis of classification. He used simple morphological characters to classify plants into trees, shrubs, and herbs. He also divided animals into two groups, those which had a red blood and those that did not. In Linus' time, two kingdom system of classification with Plantae and Animalia kingdom was developed that include all Plantae and Animalia animals respectively. This system did not distinguish between eukaryote and prokaryotes, unicellular and multicellular organism, and photosynthetic and non-photosynthetic organism. Classification of organisms into plant and animal was easily done and was easy to understand, but a large number of organisms did not fall into either category. Hence, two kingdom classification used for a long time was found inadequate. Besides gross morphology, a need was also felt for including other characteristics like cell structure, nature of wall, mode of nutrition, habitat, method of reproduction, evolutionary relationship, etc. Classification system for the living organism have hence undergone several changes over the time. Though plant and animal kingdom have been constant under all different systems, the understanding of what group or organism be included under these kingdom have been changing. The number and the nature of other kingdom have also been understood differently by a different system scientists over the time. R.S. Whittaker proposed a five kingdom classification. The kingdom defined by him were Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. The main criteria for classification used by him include cell structure, body organization, mode of nutrition, reproduction, and phylogenetic relationship. Gives a comparative account of different characteristics of the living of the five kingdoms. Three domain system has also been proposed that divide the kingdom Monera into two domains, leaving the remaining eukaryotic kingdom in the third domain and thereby a six kingdom classification. You will learn about this system in detail in higher classes. Let us look at this five kingdom classification to understand the issue and consideration that influence the classification system. Earlier classification system include bacteria, blue-green algae, fungi, mosses, ferns, gymnosperm, and the angiosperm under plants. The character that unified this whole kingdom was that all the organisms include had a cell wall in their cells. This placed together group which widely differed in other characteristics. It brought together the prokaryotic bacteria and the blue-green algae cyanobacteria with the other group which were eukaryotic. It also grouped together the unicellular organism and the multicellular organism. One, for example, Chlamydomonas and Spirogyra were placed together under algae. The classification did not differentiate between the heterotrophic group fungi and the autotrophic green plant, though they also showed a characteristic difference in their wall composition. The fungi had chitin in their cell wall, while green plant had a cellulosic cell wall. When such characteristics were considered, the fungi were placed in a separate kingdom. Kingdom fungi. All prokaryotic organisms were grouped together under kingdom Monera, and the unicellular eukaryotic organisms were placed in kingdom Protista. Kingdom Protista has brought together Chlamydomonas, cholera, with paramecium and amoeba. It has put together organisms which in earlier classification were placed in different kingdom. This happened because the criteria for classification change. This kind of change will take place in future too, depending on the improvement in our understanding of characteristic and evolutionary relationship. Over time, an attempt has been made to evolve a classification system which reflect not only the morphological, physiological, and reproductive similarity, but it also phylogenetic is based on evolutionary relationship. In this chapter, we will study characteristic of kingdom Monera, Protista, fungi of the Whittaker system of classification. The kingdom Plantae and Animalia, commonly referred to as plant and animal kingdom respectively, will be dealt separately in chapter 3rd and 4th. Kingdom Monera. Bacteria are the sole member of the kingdom Monera. They are the most abundant microorganism. Bacteria occur almost everywhere. Hundreds of bacteria are present in handful of soil. They also live in extreme habitats such as hot spring, desert, snow, deep oceans where very few other life form can survive. Many of them live in on the other organisms as parasite. Bacteria are grouped under four categories based on their shape: the spherical coccus, the rod-shaped bacillus, the common comma-shaped vibrio, and the spiral-shaped spirillum. Though the bacterial structure is very simple, they are very complex in behavior. Compared to many other organisms, bacteria as a group show the most extensive metabolic diversity. Some of the bacteria are autotrophic. They synthesize their own food from inorganic substrate. They may be photosynthetic autotrophic or chemosynthetic autotrophic. The vast majority of bacteria are heterotroph. They depend on other organisms or on dead organic matter for food. Archibacteria. These bacteria are special since they live in a eubacteria. There are thousands of different eubacteria or true bacteria. They are characterized by presence of a rigid cell wall and if motile a flagellum. The cyanobacteria, also referred to as blue-green algae, have chlorophyll A similar to green plant and are photosynthetic autotroph. The cyanobacteria are unicellular, colonial, or filamentous. Freshwater, marine terrestrial algae. The colonies are generally surrounded by a gelatinous sheath. They often form bloom in polluted water bodies. Some of these organisms can fix atmospheric nitrogen in a specialized cell called heterocyst. For example, Nostoc and Anabina. Chemosynthetic autotrophic bacteria oxidize various inorganic substances such as nitrates, nitrites, and ammonia and use the released energy for their ATP production. They play a great role in recycling nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, iron, and sulfur. Heterotrophic bacteria are most abundant in nature. The majority are important decomposers. Many of them have significant impact on human affairs. They are helpful in making curd from milk, production of antibiotics, fixing nitrogen in legume roots. Some are the pathogen causing damage to human being, crops, farm, animal and pets. Cholera, typhoid, tetanus, citrus canker are well-known disease caused by different bacteria. Bacteria reproduce mainly by fission. Sometimes under unfavorable conditions, they produce spores. They also reproduce by a sort of sexual reproduction by adapting a primitive type of DNA transfer from one bacterium to another. The mycoplasma are organisms that are completely like a cell wall. They are the smallest living cell known and can survive without oxygen. Many mycoplasma are pathogenic in animal and plant. Kingdom Protista. All single-celled eukaryotes are placed under Protista, but the boundaries of this kingdom are not well defined. What may be a photosynthetic protistian to be one biologist may be a plant to another. In this book, we include chrysophytes, dinoflagellates, euglenoids, slim moths, and protozoans under Protista. Members of Protista are primarily aquatic. This kingdom form a link with other dealing with a plant animals, and fungi. Being eukaryotes, the protestant cell body contain a well-defined nucleus and other membrane-bound organelle. Some have flagella or cilia. Protists reproduce asexually and sexually by a process involving a cell fusion and zygote formation. Chrysophytes. This group include diatom golden algae. They are found in fresh water as well as in marine environment. They are microscopic and float passively in water current. Most of them are photosynthetic. In diatoms, the cell walls form two thin overlapping cells, which fit together as in a soap box. The walls are embedded with a silica and thus the walls are indestructible. Thus, diatoms have left behind large amount of cell wall opposite in their habitat. This accumulation over a billion of years is referred to as diatomaceous earth. Being gritty, this soil is used in polishing, filtration of oil and syrup. Diatoms are chief producers in the oceans. Dinoflagellates. These organisms are mostly marine and photosynthetic. They appear yellow, green, brown, blue, or red depending on main pigment present in their cells. The cell wall has stiff cellulosic plate on the outer surface. Most of them has two flagella, one lie longitudinally and other transversely in a furrow between the wall plate. Very often red dinoflagellate. For example, goniolacs undergo such rapid multiplication that make the sea appear red. Toxin released by large number may even kill other marine animals such as fishes. Euglenoids. Majority of them are freshwater organisms found in stagnant water. Instead of a cell wall, they have a protein-rich layer called pellicle which make their body flexible. They have two flagella, a short and a long one, though they are photosynthetic in presence of sunlight. When deprived of sunlight, they behave like heterotrophs by predating on other smaller organisms. Interestingly, the pigment of euglenoids are identical to those present in higher plants. For example, euglena. Slim moths. Slim moths are saprophytic protists. The body moves along a decaying twigs and leaf engulfing organic material. Under suitable conditions, they form a aggregation called Plasmodium which may grow and spread over several feet. During unfavorable condition, the Plasmodium differentiate and form fruiting bodies, bearing spores at their tips. The spores possesses two walls. They are extremely resistant and survive for many years. Even under adverse condition, the spores are dispersed by air current. Protozoans. All protozoans are heterotrophs and live as predator or parasite. They are believed to be primitive relative of animal. They are four major group of protozoans. Amoeboid protozoans. These organisms live in a fresh water, seawater, and moist soil. They move and capture their prey by putting out pseudopodia. As in amoeba, marine form have silica cell on their surface. Some of them, such as ant amoeba, are parasites. Flagellated protozoans. The membrane members of this group are either free living or parasitic. They have flagella. The parasitic form cause disease such as sleeping sickness. For example, trypanosoma. Ciliated protozoa, they are aquatic, actively in moving organism. Because of the presence of thousands of cilia, they have a cavity that open to the outside of the cell surface. The coordinated movement of a row of cilia cause the water laden with the food to be stirred into the gullet. Example, paramecium. Sporozoans. This include diverse organisms that have an infectious spore-like stage in their life cycle. The most notorious is Plasmodium, which cause malaria, a disease which has a staggering effect on human population.